All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports and TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in with the channel, man. Antonio Brown says that he's a better receiver than Julio Jones. Pointed out the fact that he had more touchdowns than Julio Jones in the last, 4 or 5 seasons, he said on Instagram Live, and I'll post a link in the description so you can check it out. Even though he missed last year. So let's get into it. Is Antonio Brown a better receiver than Julio Jones? Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon button, share the video, check out our NFL Talk playlist. And yeah, I think he's a better receiver. I say it straight up. But people gonna say this, and I'm gonna just get this out first. Oh, Matt Ryan is trash, and Ben Roethlisberger better than Matt Ryan, and he had, if that was the case, then the greatest wide receiver debate, it gotta change. You know what I'm saying? Jerry Rice had some great quarterbacks. Joe Montana, Steve Young, Rich Gannon. T. Oden didn't have another Hall of Fame quarterback. I don't think. I think he played with Steve Young at the end. Excuse me, at the end of Steve Young's career, he did. But when you got to Jeff Garcia, who else did he have? Jeff Garcia, Tony Romo, Donovan McNabb. He won't be in the Hall of Fame. You talk about Randy Moss. He ain't had always the greatest quarterback, especially in Oakland. So, you only can play with the hand you was dealt with. In the NFL, people say, why you just don't switch teams? Well, when you get franchise tag, I mean, they can do that for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't, you don't have that, players don't have that much control in the NFL like they got, in the like they got in the NBA. So I ain't trying to hear the quarterback thing. Matt Ryan, he's solid. Roethlisberger ain't the greatest quarterback neither. You know what I'm saying? He good. He done won something. He ain't choking the Super Bowl. But Roethlisberger, he ain't the greatest quarterback that I ever seen. Solid dude, but I wouldn't say he the greatest. So, but between the two, I mean, Julio just get hurt too much for me. He just don't score enough touchdowns, dog. He a good receiver. I think Antonio Brown a better route runner. I think he got better versatility. He very, very proficient in the slot. People talking about, the bigger receivers, Julio bigger, taller. That's not necessarily an advantage, especially when you're talking about durability and longevity. The reason why, bigger receivers are frowned upon sometimes is because they take a lot of punishment because of how long they are. Smaller receivers don't have as much body or limbs to get hit in, so that's why they kind of survive a little bit longer. But the hands, I mean, Antonio Brown got good hands and Julio got pretty good hands, but I'm probably willing to bet that Antonio Brown drop rate is less than as Julio Jones. I could be wrong, but you can say Calvin Johnson is the best receiver of all time. We're gonna talk about organizations and quarterbacks, but I do think Antonio a better receiver. I would love to have both of them in a right mental state, but if I'm picking a receiver, to have on my team, and if we factoring in everything, attitude, I'd rather have Julio. Julio's a non-diva. Julio do his job. Julio don't complain. Julio ain't crazy. Julio don't get in trouble off the field. Julio, I don't even know what his girlfriend, his wife look like. He ain't seeing no white girls and then turn around and marry and have another kid by a white girl. I'd rather have Julio as a man and as a player. But talent, we just talking about talent for talent. I'd probably say Julio, talent for talent. Talent for talent, I'd probably go Julio, but I think Antonio Brown has, statistically had the better career so far. And I mean, you're a product of your environment. You can't really change. You imagine how many different receivers or running backs or other players that if they was in, the Dallas Cowboy organization in the 90s, or, they was in the Patriot organization dynasty right now, how they be looked at different. And Julio is just, he docked. Julio was docked for being in Atlanta, and Atlanta not, doing enough around Julio. So if we going as the more talented receiver, I'm taking Julio. Which one I want on my team, I'm taking Julio. But I'm talking about who had the better career so far. I'm gonna go with Antonio Brown, had the better career. But I'd rather have Julio because Julio is my type of receiver, non-diva guy. Go to work, tough, hard working. His durability is in question because how tall and big he is as a receiver. But You know, it's hard to get over Antonio Brown, man. He just, you know, and people say, oh, it was because of the hit he took versus Vontaze Burfict. But you gotta look at this man's history. He always been like that. He's always been like that. You go back, his mom and stepdad had to throw him out the house. Grades wasn't there in high school, you know what I'm saying? Had to go to a JUCO, but one thing about it is, some qualities, everybody talk about how the bad outweigh the good usually, but sometimes the good outweigh the bad. And his ability to be smart and his work ethic, you know what I'm saying? His work ethic. And when you a worker and you good at what you do, Antonio Brown is a workhorse. You ain't gonna catch him out of shape, no matter what you say. If he's smoking weed or he having fuss out with his baby mama, you know what? He probably just got done working out and on his way to work out. So you got to respect the man who got work ethic. You got to respect him. So, like I said, they both right mind. I love to have both, but me personally, I like Julio, but I do think Antonio Brown has had the better career. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'll put the article link in the description, or the source link in the description, or the source link. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to me there if you got a question, business inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Don't forget to check out the backup channel, Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0. I'm probably going to do some content on there this weekend, so it'll be a little bit different, but I'm going to have a live show on there 2 times a week. It'll be about, I have a female host, maybe another male host, and we'll be talking about like real topics, relationship topics, what's going on in the black community. So want to be a part of that, hurry up and subscribe over to Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0. Appreciate this love that I'm getting. Want to make a donation, Cash App, PayPal, description. Best way to donate is to share the video. Much love. Check out the NFL Talk playlist. We gone.